These are the top 10 tools and gadgets in the Crocs kitchen. Number 1 will blow your mind. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen. I'm Brian.
And I'm Jessica. Today we're going to count down our top 10 favorite kitchen tools and gadgets.
Yeah, these are the different tools and items that we use around our kitchen throughout any given week. We may not use them every day. Some of them we do use every day, but each one of them has a special place in our heart. Number 10 on this list is very small. It is a tiny whisk. Yeah, this little thing. Look at it. It's smaller than my hand, right? This is one of my favorite little tools to use around the kitchen because you can use it to make a bunch of different small sauces. Like suppose you don't want to make a bunch of sauce, you just want to make a little bit of sauce in like a small bowl. So a little bowl, not unlike this one. You just stir, 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 stir. Boom, you've whisked together, tiny whisk. Also, this is Peef's favorite kitchen tool in the kitchen.
Number 9 is an apple slicer and corer. So this is something you will take an apple and put it through and it will remove the core and leave you with nice slices. So I have a super cool permanent retainer under my bottom teeth and I'm terrified to bite into an apple, and every time I eat an apple I use this. So I have used this literally in airports, in hotels. I put it in my checked luggage. The TSA did not take it from me, in case you're wondering. And I have one at work. I use it all the time. So this is definitely a thing that I could not live without. Number 8 is our can opener. So you can't live without a can opener, obviously. Ours actually broke. Apparently I broke it.
She broke it
a few months ago. So I had to go search for a new one. And let me tell you, that process was not easy. I landed on this one, which for the first, what would you say, 3 or 4 months I had it. Every time I use it, I was like, I need to take that back to Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, this is not working. It does have a nice like magnetic feature, which will attach to the lid so you can pull it up. And then there's a release button that you press to release it. But it's very tricky to use this one. I will link it in the blog post if you want to try it out, but you have to really play with it to figure out how it works correctly for the can that you're opening. So I don't really recommend this particular one, but we have one of our favorite YouTubers that we love to watch is Freaking Reviews, and he does just like as seen on TV reviews and other
tons of products,
other product reviews. And recently he compared, I think 10, I want to say 10, it might have been 8, but I think 10 can openers. And so we were watching the video, and I mean, it has a ton of views on it. And
it does, yeah.
And you're watching it and you're like, this is entertainment. You're literally on the edge of your seat, like, which can opener is going to win? And so he did not test this one, but he did test a bunch of them. So if you're in the market for a can opener, we will link that video in the blog post, and you can check out and watch like 20 minutes of can openers like we did.
Number 7 is a Mandoline slicer. The most dangerous thing in the kitchen.
Super dangerous.
Yes. If you're ever going to use one of these, make sure you use protection like
gloves.
Cut resistant gloves. Keep in mind, those will not actually keep you 100% safe, so still be careful with the gloves on. Also, it comes with this nice little thing that you can stick onto your vegetables or whatever, and then just move it back and forth, and it'll cut things of varying size. You just rotate this, though, for different sizes. You can also make it to where it's more like a fry cut or a julienne cut, which is what we use for our zucchini, as well as a bunch of other stuff that we use in our salad prep and cooking throughout the week. It's a fantastic instrument, but like I said, it is dangerous, so be careful.
Brian asked for one of these when we first got married over 7 years ago, and he just got it for Christmas last year.
Yeah.
So I've been putting it off, but I was like, if you wear the gloves, I don't care if he's using this thing with it or not. He has to wear the gloves.
Yes.
Like that was the contingency of getting this.
Also, the first time I used the gloves and I still cut them, I didn't exactly know what I was doing, and I still actually cut a bit of my thumb off. Tiny little bit. Tiny little
You
bit
never
there.
told me that.
Yeah, I did. I didn't tell you about it. I'm sorry.
Number 6 is a silicone baking mat. We have a Silpat. There's also some Amazon basic versions, but basically it's just a silicone baking mat that you can put on your cookie sheet or whatever you're using to cook stuff on, and it's non-stick.
It is magic as far as I am concerned. I mean, you can put anything on here and nothing will stick to it. It is flat out amazing. I don't know why every household doesn't have one of these. Every single YouTuber that I've seen who cooks on there, every single cooking show, like they will generally have Silpat lying around and then only use like parchment paper or something for, you know, rare instances. Silpat is just a phenomenal product, or the silicone mat is just an amazing product.
It is like the environmentally friendly version of parchment paper.
Number 5 is a scale. A very small scale here. We've actually had this one for a good while in our marriage, almost as long as our marriage. And this thing has been a real trooper. It is very accurate, has, you know, pounds or kilograms, can zero out a bunch of different weights, so you can stick an entire bowl of something on it and zero it out. Not to mention, it also pulls out in case you've got like a large bowl and you can't see the scale or the numbers themselves. It's a great product as far as I'm concerned.
So I like to use this for things like when we make our hummus. You can use it to measure out the tahini. You can put the blender cup directly on top of this, zero it out, and then measure the tahini, because tahini is something that's really hard to measure into a measuring spoon and stuff like that. It's also really useful for a certain someone, Mr. Peef, to weigh himself with. He actually weighs in at 1/4 of a pound total, and this is the only scale that we have that will properly weigh him.
Number 4 is spatulas.
I prefer my tiny spatula to get in like small jars and stuff like that.
And I prefer this for the giant pot that I use to cook all of my soups and stews and chilies and whatnot. You got to get all the way down in that sucker and not burn your hand on the side of the pot. So I needed something that was large and not really that flexible. Good product.
I will say, if you're going to order this, it is, we'll put the link in the blog below for all these, but it's a brand called Get It Right. And it's very sturdy and has a really good Amazon reviews, but we just got this not too recently, and we did notice it is starting to get a little bit discolored, just from the, you know, stuff we cook
Tomato
with, like,
sauces, chili, and that kind of
so
stuff.
I would recommend going with the black one if you're going to order one. But yeah, just definitely this is a good thing to have on hand. And then we also have this underblade scraper, which is another like spatula that it's actually a Vitamix brand. This is good for getting under the blade of your Vitamix, and it can help you get more out of the blender so that you're wasting less and getting more out. Number 3 is this set of stainless steel fine mesh strainers. So we got these to strain vegetables, beans. This one can be actually used for tea as well. We haven't actually done that yet, but it's nice to have them in different sizes for different kinds of jobs. This one is the one we use the most often. We use it to rinse our can of black beans or whatever kind of beans we're opening if we do that. You'll see this in a lot of our videos. And the good thing about it is it has that fine mesh. So it's, if you need to strain, you know, something that might fall through a regular strainer, this will definitely be a better option.
I got nothing to add. It's a great product.
Number 2 is this vegetable chopper. So we've actually had this for a while. We actually bought this one at Aldi, but you can get a similar one on Amazon, so we'll link to that. It's like 10 or 15 bucks. It's not too expensive, but it has 2 different size blades. So you can dice things into this size, like a bigger kind of cube, or if you want to go with the fine one, you can do this size. Some of the ones on Amazon come with a bunch of different blades in addition to that, so check that out. But it's definitely nice because you can just basically put anything like an onion or whatever. Don't do that. Don't touch the blade like an idiot like I do, because these are very sharp. Wear those gloves from the Mandoline. So your mom said so. Basically you just put like your onion or bell pepper or whatever you want on there, and then you push down and it chops it up into whatever size you have on there. So this is really good for getting uniform cuts. It's just quick, it's easy. It's kind of the process of doing it. You know, you've cut up a bunch of peppers and then you keep doing it. It just is like soothing or something, because you just feel accomplished when you're done, even though you didn't have to cut them into exact squares. But yeah, I like this. If you check out our salad prep video, we use this in that, so you can see how we used it, but it is a very good product.
Number 1 is the salad chopper bowl. We use this thing every day, literally every day. It is a fantastic product that we actually found out about from another YouTuber, and she had it on there. Jessica paused the video and was like, what is that and how do I get one?
It was the Watering Mouth, in case you want to check her out. Thank you for recommending this to us. I just saw this and I was like, what is that double pizza cutter? I mean, I ordered it on Amazon that day, and ever since then we've been using it for our salads that we make for dinner every night. So you basically just put a bunch of lettuce in here and then you chop it all up. I make Brian do that. It does take a little muscle. If you put less in there, it's a little bit easier, but I like to make Brian do it. So
I don't mind doing it.
So step number 1 is get a Brian. And then step number 2, put your lettuce in there and chop. And it will make it just, your salads are just so much easier to eat because you're eating a lot of quantity when you're eating a salad. It takes us like a half hour to get through our salads or whatever. But having everything chopped up just makes it a little bit easier to get a huge amount of vegetables without, you know, just having this clumsy salad of big giant pieces of lettuce.
Yeah. It's just a great thing that, like I said, we use every single day, and it makes salads nicer. It breaks them down into much smaller pieces, so you're not just eating giant pieces of lettuce or, you know, having to go through and like cut up little pieces individually. It just makes everything so much nicer and easier.
This bowl, because you can actually buy it without the bowl, but this bowl is actually a really nice sturdy bowl just to use for, you know, we'll use it when we're using the Mandoline. We'll put it on top and cut the zucchini into it. So the bowl itself is worth it. I think the whole package was like $25.
It's also a very rounded bowl where the blades will actually go all the way down and around to where you can very easily chop everything, even at the bottom.
Yes.
Great product.
So there you have it. That's our top 10 list of kitchen tools and gadgets.
Yeah.
We will post, like we said, in the blog post that is linked in the description below. Every single video we do has a blog post that I spend hours typing out and
she does.
adding links and resources. So definitely check that out. It will have a link to all the different products, a little bit more information as well, and then if you could subscribe if you have not already.
Please do.
That would be great.
Yes, it'd be fantastic.
And let us know what your favorite, in the comments below, let us know what your favorite kitchen tools and gadgets are, because there might be some that we don't know about.
That we should get.
Yes. We tend to collect a lot of kitchen gadgets and appliances.
Yes.
And we will be doing another video that is featuring the bigger appliances and stuff like that. We wanted to keep that separate from this, but we will be doing that one next. So let us know what you think and if you have any other ideas.
All right, folks, that's all we got. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.